Flosstube. Good afternoon. Today is Wednesday, September 7, 2022, and this is Flosstube number 22. I'm Sandy, and this is my channel, Stitching with Sandy. If you stop by my channel, please know that this is all about cross stitch, and sometimes I do a few other crafts too, but cross stitch is my love, and I like to share it with you. So if that's not what you're interested in, I'll see you later. Have a good time finding a new channel to follow. For those of you who've been following my channel, thank you. I appreciate that you've stuck around and hopefully been inspired. And if you're new to my channel, thank you for stopping by. I hope I inspire you as well. I have to apologize. I've been gone a long time. It seems like it's been 4 weeks. I just have to tell you, school started and it was a lot of work. It still is. So if you're not aware, I'm a kindergarten teacher. And this year, our classrooms are packed full. For some reason this year, our school district decided to take over enrollment instead of each site taking over enrollment. So our site, because it's an art magnet school, gets a lot of transfers. And when we get a lot of transfers, it takes up a lot of our space for new students that move into the area. So now they're packing in all the kids they can fit. And there's no extra space for any move-ins. And we usually have move-ins throughout the school year, but it seems to me like a lot start coming in December and then again in February. I'm not sure why those months, but that's usually when I get new students. So I have 16 students in the morning and 16 in the afternoon, but I have overlap, which is where all 32 are there. And let me tell you, they have worn me out so much so that I've been hitting the hay probably around 8 o'clock every night and wiped out. Hardly had any time for stitching, hardly any time to catch my breath, and it's just been a whirlwind. The good news is we're at the very beginning of the school year. We're finally at the part where they're starting to understand the routines, and I'll be able to introduce parent volunteers next week. So I'm very excited about that. But this is what we've been up to. So we've done ABC boot camp. And ABC Boot Camp was by another teacher who designed it. I've always wanted to follow his design and kind of tweak it and make it my own. But then we were off on COVID and I didn't get the opportunity. So I jumped way in over my head this year to do it. And it's been a lot of fun. You learn a new letter each day. And then everything you do all day long is wrapped around that letter, whether it be language arts, math, science, just some fun PE, whatever we can do to make the kids excited about learning the new letter and its sound, and hopefully remember it so when we get into the middle of our main unit, they'll be ready to start blending those sounds and creating new words. So we've had fun, exciting days. Some days we just do the letter. Some days I surprise them with something new. So we did, for example, letter D. I surprised them with donut holes, and I told them it was a donut celebration day for letter D. And on their way to snack, I gave them a donut hole from Dunkin' Donuts, and that was a lot of fun. It's not a big treat, something small, but on the way out to recess so they can run it off. And then we did, for H, we did hula hoop party. And I'm telling you, you tell the kids it's a party and they don't care how big or how small it is. They're just excited to be there. So I played one song in the classroom and gave them all hula hoops and let them cut loose and try to hula hoop. So that was a lot of fun. Of course I try, but I still cannot hula hoop after all these years. I couldn't do it as a child and I still can't do it as an adult. But it's fun to try and it makes for a lot of laughs and some great memories with my students. And then we did J, which is jump rope. So we went outside and I showed them how to jump rope, and it's funny, okay? So I'm not too old, but to them, because of my gray hair, I look a lot older than I really am. So when I said, I'm good at jump rope, I'll teach you how to jump rope, they didn't believe that I could do it. And then when I was going and jump roping, then I get the oohs and ahs, which is funny because they didn't realize I could do as many jump ropes as I can. So that was a lot of fun to share that with them. And so then we're still working on it. I've been out of the classroom, and I'll tell you more about that in a little bit, but I've been out of the classroom for a few days. So today they are on letter Q. So I'll return tomorrow and we'll be on letter R. And I was supposed to do Otter Pop Popsicle Party on letter P, and I totally forgot to leave that in the notes for my subs. So I'll try to figure out a way to give it to them probably at the end at our celebration. So that's been a lot of fun. The school note donations from Clear the List. That has been the most unbelievable, most generous experience I've ever been a part of. So if you are a subscriber and you donated to my classroom, thank you so much. The things that came in have been amazing. I'm going to share a little video here. I got a lot of stuff, didn't I? Those things came in, and it's funny because every time something new comes in, I put it on the shelf in my classroom, and the students are like, can we play that? And I tell them, when we start addition, we can. Then somebody will say, well, can we play that one? And I said, yes, after we know our letter sounds, we can start building words. So yes, you can do that one. So they keep asking, when can we do this one? So I've pulled out a few games for them. We played a few at the beginning, getting letter recognition right now. And they're just dying to get into the rest. And then the things that are consumables like sentence strips, those came in. We've been making a hat for every letter each day, and I use the sentence strips cut in half, and I make 2 hats out of one, and the kids have been wearing those home, so they've been excited about those. That's been a lot of fun. So thank you so very much. If you donated, I truly appreciate it. My list did not get wiped clean, but it's marked down a lot, so now it'll be my turn to go in and purchase the rest of the items with my school supplies account and my loan that I always get every year. So it's very nice and so generous of so many people. So then what happened? Let's see. Okay, my Stitchy group is growing. If you've been here in the past, you know that I get together on Thursday nights with a couple of women at Panera Bread, and we stitch together. It's been so wonderful. Well, because of this channel and because of SoCal Stitchers, which is a bigger group that I belong to, I've got the opportunity to meet a few more stitchers. So our group has grown. It's funny, when you're doing this, you don't realize how many people stitch near you until somebody discovers you and they let you know. And then word of mouth from one person to the next, your group grows and grows. So it started out with me and Melissa and Barbara. The 3 of us all live here in Menifee. I found them off of SoCal Stitchers. And then PJ found us. So she joined us on one of our SoCal Stitchers weekends. And then we realized she lived in the same town, so she joined us. And then recently we've just increased. So that was 4 of us. And now I believe we're up to 9 of us. That's amazing. And one of them is a YouTuber. So I want to share her YouTube channel. Check her out. She's super cute and she loves samplers and birds. She stitches a lot of birds. Her work is incredibly beautiful. So if you'd like to go see her, she's the Contented Stitcher. I did not know of her channel prior to this, to meeting her in person, but going and watching her, she is amazing. So check her out. Her name is Kim Goldman and I just adore her. She's super sweet and such a nice addition to our group. We also have another friend who I'd met. She doesn't live too far from me, and she had talked to me through Instagram several months over the last year. Once in a while, we'll invite her to our group to meet up, but she wasn't able to due to personal issues. But recently, everything's gotten better, so she's been able to join us, and she's been a great addition. Her name is Gina, and Gina has brought something exciting that I'd like to share with you. We do not have a local needlework shop here where I live, but there is a shop that used to be Primitive Gatherings, and it is now called Sew Treasure Quilts. And Gina goes to Sew Treasure Quilts and knows them very well and has talked to them about carrying cross-stitch materials. And the owner is excited and ready to start doing it. So She's supposed to be collecting items from Expo, building up her store merchandise, and she's really excited to start carrying some fabrics and some flosses. I don't have an exact date yet. They're looking at October 1st for starting, so keep checking back with me. The more details that I have to give, I will, and as soon as it's all set to go, I'll probably be doing a quick video right there in the store showing you around. I already told Gina I'd love to do that. We're hoping that Stacy from the 911 Stitcher will also be doing a part of that and joining us. It should be a lot of fun. And Kim Goldman from Contented Stitcher. So the three of us Flosstubers are going to get the word out as fast as we can. So when there's more details, I will share them with you. And if you're in Southern California, it'll be a new store for you to stop in and pick up your cross stitch supplies. And I think the best part is when you don't have a needlework shop near you, you're not able to touch and look at the different types of fabrics or the flosses. So now we're gonna have a place to go and see those things. And I know there's more to come, like Stitchy get-togethers there. They're looking at possibly doing some retreats in the future. So there's a lot of great things coming our way, maybe even some classes. So I will share as more news comes along, I will share that with you so that you can look into it too. All right, and then the last thing in my update since last I saw you is another reason why I was late. I was gonna do my video last weekend. I didn't get everything finished, and then we had an opportunity to go visit my brother-in-law in Arizona. It was a whole Alba get-together for Labor Day weekend. I hope you all had a wonderful, restful day on Labor Day. If you had to work, I'm so sorry. But thank you for working and doing what you do to help our communities. But we went out there, and it's funny, it's been boiling hot here in Southern California. Wait till you see my temperature tree. I'm gonna share that in whips. But the temperature here and the temperature in Arizona are usually drastically different. It's a lot hotter over there. But right now, we're like in sync with the same type of weather. So the heat was hot here and it was hot there, and the actual temperature was exactly the same. So we jumped in our car really, really early, 4 o'clock in the morning, so we could drive through the desert, not in the middle of the day, because we always worry about our tires popping or something like that happening, and being stranded in the desert does not sound pleasant. But we did stock up a big ice chest of water and ice just in case. Got all the car checked out, made sure everything was running wonderfully, and hit the road. And it took us 5 hours when we got there, and we got to go swimming. I generally don't go in swimming pools very often. I'm always cold, so the water makes me shiver a lot. But because the weather outside was 109 degrees, the weather in the pool was 90 degrees. And so you get in, you're swimming around and having fun, and you don't feel the heat outside. So that was lovely. I had a good time playing with all the cousins. My brother-in-law's daughter, my niece, she has some really sweet stepchildren, and I got to spend time with the littlest one the most because she was clinging to me the whole time. She's adorable. She's 4, and she became my dog's best friend, and I think I became her new best friend. So they were sweet. It was fun to meet them. It was fun to meet my niece's new man, and it was nice to spend some time with family. It's always nice to do that. So we had a great time. So I hope that you had a great time on Labor Day, got in your barbecue, spent some time with family, and made some beautiful memories. All right, so I don't have a lot of FFOs, but I will share what I have. And the first one that I want to share with you was, I had seen on Stacy's 911 Stitchers website, she was showing how to use GoodNotes. And I didn't know how to use it, so it was interesting to see it. I generally don't do any marking on my patterns, but it's a good way if you do. Plus, it's handy if you have the digital piece that you can take with you on your phone or in your iPad. And so she was showing you how to put a pattern in and then how to use it to write it up. And the pattern she shared was one that I was like, ooh, that's pretty, I like that. So it was this one. And as you can see, it says it's a free chart. This is Love Quaker, and it is from I'm sorry. From the Heart Needle Art. You could tell I'm a little rusty. From the Heart Needle Art. It's a freebie, so this is it. And you get to pick your colors to stitch it. And so it was a Quaker. I hadn't stitched a Quaker yet. I didn't start my Halloween Quaker yet. So I thought I'll start with a small one and see how I like it. And I love it. And everything that everybody says about it's exciting because each Quaker piece is a mini finish. They're right. They're absolutely right. So here's mine. And I used a couple of colors from Classic Colorworks. I believe this is Blushing Beauty, I believe is what it's called. If I'm wrong, ask me and I'll look it up. And I believe this is Red Barn. And so I chose those two. And then I did a ruching finish on the side. And then here's my back. So I'm very happy. It turned out so cute and so pretty. And when I finish, I'll put it away into my Valentine's bin. But it was a fun finish to do. And it just took me about 2 evenings working on it. So it was a quick stitch. And then my next piece, I got this Prairie Schooler acorns. I don't know if you've seen it before, but there's some cute little acorns there that they finished. And I love the finish on them. And I decided I wanted to stitch this one, but I wanted to try using one of the DMC variegated floss. So I decided to make 2. So I did one in the called for, and this is it. And the instructions on how to make it in the pattern were wonderful. I am usually a very visual learner, but I was able to read and figure out how to put the pattern on my piece and then how to finish it and how to add the topper. So here's my finish. These are the called for colors. You use 3 different colors. No, 4. I'm sorry, 4 because of the acorns. And then here's the back. I chose a cute little fall fabric that I had. And this was so much fun to do. I'm excited because I want to do all of them. Now this is done on 30 count parchment Lugana. It was some fabric that I had. I decided to go ahead and try it. But I think when I stitch my other ones, I may stitch them in a higher count just to make a few small ones too. But I do love this, and I know that when I put out my things in November that I have a really cute squirrel that'll look so cute next to it. So I'm looking forward to putting that out. And then, as I said, I wanted to try the variegated because they had one that had fall colors in it and I thought it would look pretty. So here is that one. And as you can see, I did all of the leaves in the variegated floss. And then I did the acorns the same as the other ones that were called for. And then I finished it with this color on the top. I thought it matched nicely with the acorn pieces and finished the back exactly the same as the other one. So now I have 2 and they look beautiful, and even though they're done differently, they just look so cute together. So I thought this would be a nice setup in my house. So I'm looking forward to displaying these. Can't wait to add some little mini acorns with them. So I'm going to do more, so watch for that to come out. All right, and then the next one I have is I finally finished Boo Crew. I wanted to FFO it. I knew what I wanted to FFO it on. My friend Sarah from Sarah Stitches, her husband, whenever she decides of doing some kind of piece and wanting to finish it a certain way, she'll ask him, can you make me this? Can you make me this? And she said he always makes her the piece she wants, but he ends up making a few extras. So one time we were chatting and she said that he had made this piece for her and like 5 more. And she only needed 1. So she said, oh, I'll send you one. So let me get it. Trying to not knock it over. So she sent, here's my finish, this wooden witch's hat, okay? And it came in just the pine color, so I painted it black. And then I'm gonna take these off. I just made it like a little stand in case I ever wanted to switch it out. So this is the witch's hat painted black. And then I just leaned this up here And in the beginning of my video, if you're watching, you'll see that I had cobwebs and stuff. That's exactly how I will display it during the month of October. But then I got these cute little bottles. I'm gonna hold one up, hold on. I got them from Target. They're Dollar Spot. They have a whole bunch of them. So if you haven't been lately, I think there's, I wanna say like 10 different ones. So like this one says Dragon Scales, and it's just orange glitter. And then, so I put that one there, and then this is Ghost's Breath. And there's like little, like sequins looking ghosts in there. So like confetti you could put in a note or card. And so then I just laid this one down. And then I had this little purple pumpkin that I wanted to put there to go with the colors in the bucru. And I just have it up there for display, just like that. And then the best part is, then when I pack it away for in my October things, I can just take it all down, lie it flat, wrap it with some bubble wrap, and it'll be safe for next year. So that's why I did it that way. And then I could change it out if I need to. Love this piece. The only thing I did differently is I used the called for. I stitched it. This is 28 count Monaco, and I dyed it with Rit dye. I used denim blue, and then after I dyed it with denim blue, then I dipped it in purple, and it came out with this pretty color. And I added a cobweb and a spider right there in the letter C. I thought it needed a spider, but that's really the only thing that I did differently. Oh no, I'm sorry, I did do one more thing. What I did, and you can't see it in the picture or as I hold it up, but I'll bring it up here. Right here, the candle, it didn't have like a little wick, so I just added a little back stitch to make the wick, and that was all I added to it. It probably would have been fine without it, but I, for some reason, felt I had to have it, so I went ahead and added that when I was stitching. So those are my FFOs. I usually have, what, 6, 7 of them. I do apologize. Working as a teacher, the beginning of the school year is rough. Rough, let me tell you. Your body forgets that you have to stand all day. You forget that the children coming in have no clue how to do almost anything. And you forget because the last year's group, you train them so well that by the end of the school year, they're completely independent. And then you come back and you forget that these new ones are not. So it's been rough, it's been exhausting, but they're so adorable and so much fun to hang out with that I look forward to it every day. I can say I did have 2 experiences that was interesting. One student rocket launched her shoe right at the back of my head. She wasn't aiming for me, so don't get worried about that, but I guess a little boy was taking a Lego piece, and during exploratory play, he was taking the little boy piece and pushing it to her cheek, making kissing sounds, and she was told him to stop. And of course, I'm assessing another student, so even though they were in the table right behind me, I was focusing on the student, seeing what letters and sounds he knows. So all of a sudden, I get hit in the back of my head really hard, and it was a Birkenstock, and I turned around, and she was like frozen still, shaking, and she says, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry," and she's shaking, and I tell her, "Well, honey, what made you so frustrated that you thought throwing your shoe was a good idea?" And then that's when she explained to me what happened. So then we had a chat about how we can't throw things in the classroom or at anyone because we don't want anyone to get hurt. That if we're frustrated, we need to take a deep breath, calm down, and then ask for help. And so she hasn't done it since. But the funny part is, then when I got to her, it was about 15 minutes after this episode, when I got to her, she was still shaking because she was still scared. And I had told her, "Don't worry, I'm not talking to your mom about this. I know it was because you didn't know how to handle your frustration. But now that we've learned what we're supposed to do, we get frustrated. If it happens again, of course, we'll have to talk to mom and dad." So she was relieved by that, but I think she was still scared when she went home. So you never know what's gonna happen in kindergarten. And then then we had one little boy who kept going at the end of recess every day. He knew that I was his teacher. He told the aides I was his teacher, but at the end of recess every day, he kept lining up with another class, thinking that his teacher was coming and not realizing that he didn't know anyone in the class. So we had to go find him every single day. I think he's finally figured it out now, but it's just so funny what happens with them. I do have 4 little boys that I've already had to put on a behavior contract, which, let me tell you, I've never put anyone on a behavior contract this early. But it's working. They're excited to earn their rewards after every few minutes of time, and they're learning how to make better choices. So it's working. I'm glad that we've started it so that way we can get past it and they won't no longer need it. But it's been a lot, so that's why I have hardly any finishes. But let's go on to what else I've been doing. I did make a bunch of project bags. I also dyed some fabric. Here's the fabric I dyed. Now, Stitching with the Housewives have been doing, this is September, Fat Quarter Shop is doing Sunflower September, and Stitching with the Housewife has designed several patterns that came out. I think they came out last month, so I downloaded and printed them all with the plan to do them this month. But Priscilla said that she dyed some 28 count Monaco in evening blue, but the one that she keeps showing looks more like aqua in her video. Maybe it's the lighting, I don't know, but I did mine. Here it is, and it looks more of like a sky blue. So here's the big piece. It's also 28 count Monaco. Maybe I didn't leave it in as long as she did, but here it is. And I don't think even the lighting in my house, it makes it look darker. It actually looks like if you were looking up on a beautiful sunny day in the sky and you saw a lot of white clouds, it looks like that. So it's pretty. I'm gonna stitch on it. I know that they're gonna look beautiful on it. So I did dye that, and then I got busy making project bags. Trying to get enough project bags for each holiday is a challenge. So here's what I have. So I don't know if if you were a part of the hands-on design, trying to find a picture, a hands-on design costume party, but I did sign up to do it, and let me see if I can find the finish so I can show you what it looks like. That it just finished. I haven't even started mine yet, but I did print out all of the paper for it. Trying to find the, come on, where are you? She gave finishing instructions today in our email, and so I printed them out, and inside it she has the piece that goes on the little board, which I still haven't purchased because, nope, that's the pattern. I can't show you that. Let me just take it out and make it a lot easier. Trying to be careful, but she has it on the board from Homestead Needleworks. I know that they're doing one more for sale on Friday, so hopefully I'll get a board, but I'm not going to get upset if I don't, because I can always finish it another way, and I do like challenges, so finding something to finish it on will be fine. But if I can get one, I will. I have all the other pieces to this stitching. I did order them right away. That one just sold out so quickly. My goodness, I just had it this morning. I apologize. I feel like I'm wasting your time, and that's not my intention. I wanted to show you the finished piece. Well, I'm not seeing the finished piece, but it looks, this is what it's gonna look like. So here it is. I know that's not a very clear picture. But, so I wanted to make a bag to go with it. And you were able to, when you purchase it, you get these that you get to print out. I laminated them to make into floss rings. And so I got that. I didn't want to do Fabrics by Stephanie. Last year when they did the cookie one, I ordered it the first day that she announced it, and it never arrived in time for me to stitch it with everybody else. I didn't want to chance that happening again. So I ordered Stormy Night because she did, her piece is on gray, so I ordered Stormy Night. And then here are the floss rings with all the floss colors on them. And then Lady Dot Create sends this cute little package, and inside of it is the perforated paper and the little rickracs that she did. And there's directions on how to stamp the perforated paper, and it's, I believe, 18 count, which is new. And you stamp it 24 hours before you start, and then you can stitch. There's a couple of extra little characters that she designed to go along with it on the perforated paper, so I bought those too. So I just have to start. That's all I have to do. I wanted to make a project bag to go with it, so I made this one. I went to Joann's. This is the fabric I could find. They didn't have a lot of cute Halloween fabrics this year, or else I got them late. But so here's the inside. This is my back, and everything fits so nicely in there, and it'll be ready for me when I'm ready to start. So hopefully I can get that started soon. I would like to have it done in time for Halloween, but if I don't, then I don't. It's no big deal. We live a life of stitching, so there's always next year. So that's one project bag. Then I made this project bag, and it's so pretty. I love those pumpkins, and inside I used some little pumpkin fabric that matched. So cute. And then I made this one. Now, as I said, Fat Quarter Shop is doing a sunflower sampler stitch along, so I did sign up for that one. And the first part has been released. I haven't started it yet, but this is what it looks like, the border. And so I wanted a bag to go along with it. I'm gonna stitch mine on 32 count ice, and got my fabric flosses for it, DMC. Here's the inside of my bag. These are like Fat Quarter bundles that you could pick up. I think I got them at maybe Walmart, maybe either Walmart or Joann's, but they had a sale where you could get, I think they were like $1.29 each, or maybe, I think it was $1.29 each. It's like a doorbuster sale, so I bought a whole bunch. And I like that one for the inside of this bag. So now I have a bag for that piece when I'm ready to start. Most of my friends know that I like to join all the sales, so I couldn't pass on these. And I love sunflowers, so I plan on stitching all the sunflowers this month. And then I did this one. And the inside is the same bee fabric. And then some more fall bags. I did this one with red trucks. And I don't know if I did the inside different. Let's see. Oh yes, I did the inside with green, so it went well with the outside. And then I jumped into Christmas, and I did this one, the cardinals. I used some vintage lace that I had left over from one of my husband's cousins who used to do crafting and all those craft shows. She had a bunch of stuff left and said I could have it, so I used it. And the inside is the same as my accent fabric. I love this fabric. It reminds me of my son Wesley. Every year, he lives in Missouri, and so every year during winter when the trees are bare, he will take pictures of the cardinals. It'll be snowing and the cardinals will be sitting in the trees, and he always sends them to me, and I just think it's so beautiful. Sometimes he'll even send a video of it. And then I did more red trucks, and I loved these red trucks. They had the little buffalo print blanket hanging out of the truck where the Christmas tree is, so of course I used that as my accent. And I think I use that inside. Sometimes I do different, sometimes I do the same. It just depends on what fabrics I have at the time. And then I did this Christmas village. And there's some more of the vintage lace. I love this one. I want to do those little house needlework patterns. I forget the name of them. Homestead, I'm not sure. It's an older set, but I would like to do them. There's 22 of them, and I've already done the schoolhouse, of course. So I want to start working on those too. I don't know how many I'll get, but it'd be fun to display them as a little village in your house. Then, because I love polar bears, I couldn't pass on this fabric. It's so cute, and I put these cute little white pom-poms on there. I had the white pom-poms and they're large, and I didn't know what I was going to use them on, but this was perfect. So that's this one, and I love the snowy fabric above, and I think I might have finished it the same, yes, inside as well. And then my last one, this one's sad. So the bag's cute and adorable, but I meant to finish it for Christmas in July, and I think I purchased all the fabric in June, but then July came and went so fast, and I never ended up finishing the bag. So next year I have the perfect bag for Christmas in July. This is it, and as you can see, there's beautiful Christmas trees, and there's all the Americana prints. I love this barn with the flag on it. I love this so much, and it's gonna be so cute. It has really cute holly berries everywhere. So let's see here. And I just think that's so cute. So next year for Christmas in July, I plan on using it. Sorry, my cats are being crazy. Everybody's out of the house, but the cats are roaming and they keep trying to attack my things. So if the camera moves, I'm so sorry. So those are the things that I finished. So that brings me to, let's check our list. Giveaways. So last time's giveaway a month ago, I had 3 giveaways. So the first one was Judy Whitman's JBW Designs, and this one is called French Country Crow. This is one that I had finished and showed in my last Flosstube number 21. And this one, the winner of this one is, her name is, I'm gonna say it, and I'm probably gonna say it wrong, but I'll spell it in case it's you. I believe it's either Jackie's Ted Cooper or Jacques Ted Cooper. It's JACQUESTED Cooper, COOPER. You're the winner. I hope I said your name right. I apologize for making a mistake if I did, but you are the winner of this. So please look for my email below in the description box. Please be careful because my name and then is followed by the number 8 and then @gmail.com. A lot of people forget the 8 and then I don't get your message. So make sure you're careful when you're emailing me to claim your prize. Congratulations. Then my next one, I'm dropping things, was another JBW Designs. This one was Seaside Series number 7. And the winner of this one is Glee Hansen. Glee Hansen, congratulations. Please email me so that I can get this out to you. And then last time I was sharing, that's how I know it's been a while, is my house was decorated in watermelons for summer, for the month of August. And I had got some pieces for the cheer tray for my tree, and it came with this cute little gnome. I'm not a gnome fan, so I offered to give this little wooden piece away. And the winner of that, the keyword was watermelon, and the winner of that was Whitney Labs. So Whitney, I believe I have your your address, but just in case I don't, email me anyways. I don't want to forget, and I will get that out to you. And I'm so glad that he can find a home at your house. Congratulations to all my winners. All right, so that brings us to autumn swaps. Now, autumn swaps, you signed up. The mailing date was September 1st. I have to say I am running behind on that. It's finished. I just need to go over to the post office. I plan on doing that today. So my partner, Missy, it's on its way. It's going to the mail today, so you should have it very soon. Missy was my partner, and I got her package, so I'm gonna share that with you. And she made the most adorable package. She sent me this cute little card that says, "Stitching at the Family Hearth." So cute. I want to put this in like a little frame and put it on my stitching table. I think it'd be so cute to look at. So I got that, and then she sent me a set of thankful paper plates, and then some cute little grateful, thankful, blessed napkins, and some fall fabric. I can't wait to get started with that. Maybe I'll be able to make a project bag out of it. If not, I definitely will be able to finish some fall pillows. And then she sent me these cute little scissors. Now, when you're doing the swaps with me, the only thing you're required to do is the swap itself, but some people like to send extra goodies in the package, and so know that that's optional. But when we get the extras, it's so loved and appreciated. So she sent me this cute little bag, and it says, "Nuts for you." And inside it, I have to show you, are these cute little felted decoration pieces. So there's a candy corn, an adorable little pumpkin, some acorns, whoops, I'm running out of hand fingers, and some little felted balls. So that'll be perfect for a fall display. But wait, because she thought of that too. I think she thought of everything in this package. It's so cute. I think I lost one of the felted balls. All right, so then she sent this thing of candy corn, which I love. And I want to tell you, if you're not a candy corn fan, but you like payday bars, here's the trick. Take some of these candy corns, get some peanuts, put them in a bowl, mix it up. Take a handful of candy corn and the peanuts, make sure they're together, and then put them in your mouth all at once. And it tastes just like a payday bar. I am not kidding. A colleague showed me that, and now every year in my classroom, I have a candy jar filled that way, and everyone comes by and gets a handful just to eat it. It's so good. So if you're not a fan of candy corn, but you like payday bars, that's a way to enjoy your candy corn, especially if it's gifted to you and you're not a fan. So there's an idea for you. So thank you, Missy. Then she gives me this cute little basket, so I could put stuff in there. So you see, we're working on the display right here. And then the not the best part yet. Let me keep going. Then she sent me some cute little Weeks Dye Works floss and some fall colors. And then she sent me a Maine sticker, because that's where she's from, along with a project card to write your information on, also from Maine. Love it. And then here's the piece she made. It's so pretty. So she made this little tart pan, thankful, with the little pins in it. It's so cute. I haven't seen tart pans in white, which makes me excited. I've seen them in black and silver, but not white. So I always thought, oh, I'll have to paint it. But she found one in white. How cool is that? It's so beautiful. And I love the colors. I think these are the same colors that she gifted me. I'm not sure, but they look very similar. It's so pretty. Thank you, Missy. I love this swap so much. I can't wait to put it out. It's gonna be such a nice display, and I'm so grateful. So thank you so much. If you know Missy, you probably don't know who she is, but she is one of the duos in Two Needles Pulling Thread. She's one of the Flosstubers. So I will link their Flosstube below. If you've never checked them out, check them out. They are the sweetest ladies, and they have the most beautiful finishes and such a kind heart that it's so fun to get to know other Flosstubers out there, and I want to make sure that they are recommended for you to check them out too. So that was my gift. I'm going to insert, some of them have come in. I've received lots of pictures from the different people that sent swaps, but I asked them to send me a picture before they mail it, just in case something happens. So I have the picture to show their partner, this is what they mailed, so you can keep your eye out. but I only put the ones that have received their pieces already, so that way if the other people did not receive their pieces, this is not a spoiler for them. So I will continue to add the pictures in as I hear that they're received. So if you're a swap partner and you haven't received yours and you haven't notified me yet, please make sure you send me a quick email letting me know that you received yours and a picture of what you got, and I will include it in my next floss tube. But here is this week's group that came through right here. Aren't they beautiful? I swear our community is so talented. All right, so where does that bring us to? I'm gonna check my notes. I'm gonna stay on track. That brings us to whips. So even though I don't have a lot of fully finished pieces, I did finish a piece for Twin Peak Primitives. I can't share it yet, but I did finish, and that took a lot of time. It's funny because the piece is not giant, but it feels like full coverage when you're doing it, so it was a lot. But I finally finished it, so I'm excited about that. I'll be waiting until they send the next one. It's a seasonal piece, so there's 4 in the set. So hopefully when I finished all 4 and they are published, then I can share with you my work that'll be photographed on the pieces. So let's talk about whips. So I'm working on a temperature chart this year. And I realize I need to do one next year because this year's heat has been incredible. It has been hot all of June, all of July, all of August, and all of September so far. And when you look up AccuWeather, it's planning on being super hot in September the whole month. So, and I have proof on my chart. So the chart is by Stitchin' Mommy. This is what it should look like. I love how this tree starts out cool, gets a little bit hotter, warm, then cools off again. Yeah, mine doesn't look that way. She gives you, these charts are very nice. She gives you the pattern for the tree and the leaves, and then she gives you several different degree ranges that you can use based on where you live. So mine's a hot one, and I think the hottest it goes up to would be 110 degrees Fahrenheit and above. And it goes down as low as, let's see, I'm gonna look at my chart right here, as low as 50 degrees and below. So mine starts at 50 degrees, and that's because where I live, it doesn't hardly ever get down below 50 degrees. So I would hardly ever have anything way low like some other places in the United States. Now I'm stitching this one on Fabric Flare Magical Clouds. It's a 14 count Aida with all the called for colors, and here is my tree so far, except for today it has everybody's date. So you can see down here, mine stayed green. I hardly had any blues because it wasn't very cold this year. And then it started warming up. So each branch is a month. So here's January, February, March, it started warming up. You can see the yellows. April, and you can see there's some oranges in April, and then all of a sudden May, here's a lot of yellows and a few oranges, and then June, July, August, and now September. Now look at September. It's bright, dark red. So the dark red is 109 and above. Yes, no, 106 to 109. So I counted, let's see if I can find I counted from June to yesterday because I haven't stitched today's leaf. And in that time, let's see, where is it? There were 39 days that was over 100 degrees. 39 days! That's never that way here. Now I live in Southern California. I live a little bit inland, not too far from the beach. It's about 45 minutes from me. But usually we have a beautiful month of June in the high 80s, and then July, by 4th of July, it usually starts to get to the high 80s or low 90s. And then mid-July, it'll start getting a little bit higher weather, probably like 95-ish. But then August is when we'll have 1 week in the month of August, that'll be like 100 and something degrees. And then it goes back down and we're 90s, which is not too bad. I know for some people that sounds really hot, but we're kind of used to that. But this year, the 100 degrees started in June and it's just not letting up. And so what does that mean for us? Besides being hot, sweaty, and miserable, you run your air conditioner the whole summer instead of just a high bill in August. You have a high bill every month. And then as far as a teacher at school, all of my students have to do inclement weather schedule, which means they can't go outside and run around and play at recess time. They have to do it in the classroom. And in the classroom, because it's a smaller environment and more students, they have to back up. We don't have enough staff to cover one aide per classroom, so we have to double up 2 classrooms in 1 classroom at a time. So you have 1 aide covering 2 classes in each room. So they generally will have the kids eat, and then they'll either play a little game of Simon Says, or they'll do a Go Noodle, or they'll watch a video or a storybook. And that's really all that they get to do. So they're all wild up. They don't get to run their energy off. You can't get frustrated with them because they're not able to run their energy off. So you just kind of got to get through the day. So that might be why I've been so tired. So anyway, so that's my weather chart. Hot, hot, hot. Hopefully it'll get cooler. My other whip is I've been a part of Teresa Koget's Strawberry Manor. I did make this bag. It's a strawberry one. I shared it before. There's the inside. I made it specifically for this chart. And she released part 3 and 4 together. Let's see if I can pull it out. Here it is. 3 and 4, because she realized that the part 4 was very small, so she decided to release them together. So this is the release. This is a pattern you can get if you join Patreon and you're tier 4. So she's gonna do, her plan is that she will do a stitch along, one right after the other. So when we finish this one, she'll start another one, but then when the stitch along is finished, she will release the chart. So she said, hopefully she'll be able to release this chart by Nashville next year. So if you're not a Patreon member, she will release it in the future and you can purchase it. If you are a Patreon member, as soon as you sign up for tier 4, you can get access to the previous releases, and then you'll be ready for the new ones. Now I have to say, if you're doing her Patreon and you're tier 4, you get a lot, because you get all of the designs that she releases for tiers 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 4 gets an extra one that the others don't. So each Patreon level, you get more, and you get the previous Patreon level too. So, and you can upgrade anytime. So if you're level 1 and you'd like to do the sal, you can upgrade at any time, and it'll just bill you for the difference of the two. So here's where I'm at. Not quite all the way over. I have a little bit left here with the little bird and some more strawberries, and then I want to do the strawberry border on the side over there. But this is what I have so far, and so I really am loving this so much. I stitched it on 28 count Monaco coffee tea dyed. I think it's absolutely beautiful. She uses a combination of Weeks Dye Works and DMC for this pattern, and I'm loving it. Every time I get it out, it just makes me so happy to stitch it. Trying to get that finished because I think the next release is the 15th of this month. So I have a few more days to go, but I should have that done, I think, in 1, maybe 2 more evenings of stitching. And then my next whip is I've been doing model stitching for Chantel, 141 Designs, and she is having stitchers do pieces for her, and then she is finishing them up on her wood backers. And I did Calvin and Clyde. It was in my last floss tube. I think she's going to be releasing the finish of it in a video this week. If not this week, next week, because she's going to include it in the fall finishes. So I'm excited to see what she did with it. And then when she's done photographing it, using it in the shop to sell her pieces, it'll make its way back home to me, and then I will get to love it. And I can't wait. So whatever the design is that she chooses, she also sends the fabric she wants you to stitch it on, the floss that she wants you to use, and then the pattern. So she uses mostly 14 count Aida, and that's because it's larger. So if you can finish a 14 count on that specific backer, then you'd be able to use other stitch sizes, and it would just be a little bit smaller, but it would fit the backer anyhow. So this one is month to month, October month to month, and I'm almost done. I have to finish the word October, and then there's a pumpkin and a crow at the top with some leaves, and then this will be done. I'll probably finish it tonight. It's stitched on the 14 count white Aida, and this one is the DMC floss. The funny part is I had told her I was part of the club through Fat Quarter Shop, and I get mine. I get the pattern, here it is, with the called for Classic Colorworks, but Chantel forgot, so I was originally going to stitch it in the called for, which is the Classic Colorworks, not the DMC conversions. But the piece of fabric that she gave me was not large enough to do both the large and the small, which is what she originally wanted me to do. So she said, that's okay, do the large and I'll do the small. And so I decided I better stitch it in the DMC that she sent, because she's probably gonna do the small, and I wanted them to match. So here are these. So I sent her the pattern back in case she wanted to use it herself in the future. There was no need to have two of the same pattern, but I'm enjoying stitching for her. If you haven't watched her channel, she's been giving updates. She's been doing little videos of finishes. She just did 2 for Halloween, and the finishes are beautiful. So if you're looking to be enabled, look at those videos, because not only will you find a way to display them, but she has all kinds of different designers that she's making backers with, and they're beautiful. They're beautiful. I really recommend it. So those are my whips. The Boo Crew was a whip, but I finished it. And the other 2 were starts and finishes. So those are what I was been working on. So the next part is my turn to enable you. I'm gonna share my haul. Now, last time I didn't have much haul because I didn't do any shopping, but this time, my shopping, I did. I haven't done expo releases. I've been waiting on that. I am going to SoCal Stitchers is having a retreat at the end of this month. So and the new store that I told you about, she's shopping expo. So I decided I might wait and just buy them there to launch out the new store. So I'm trying not to shop too much. It's kind of hard sometimes. But this is what I have. So I am collecting, and I have the fabric, the Nutcracker by Country Cottage Needlework. So the next ones that came out since my last video, or that I ordered, was Arabian Coffee Shop and Dewdrops Flower Shop. Sorry about the glare, the plastic. I want to stitch them all. My kindergarten class does a Nutcracker performance every year, so I thought I need to stitch that because it reminds me of my class. Then Little House Needleworks came out with Autumn Petites, and I just love them. I saw Kimberly share them on her channel, and then decided I have to have them, and so I'm gonna do all of them. And here's the Autumn Petites. Sorry about my cat. He gets mad when the dog can't come out and play, and the dog's in her kennel. So if you hear her crying, that's why. This is the last one for Fall on the Farm. I plan on stitching that one too by Little House. And the last one is Wishing You Well. So I got the last one. I'm excited. I have, like I said, I have the fabrics for both. I just need to sit down and start them. I think I'm gonna start Fall on the Farm. I don't plan on having it done for this year, but I do plan on starting it probably over Thanksgiving break. Then Diane released these ones, and it's interesting. The pattern says it's a complimentary chart because you purchased the floss. So it comes with the chart and the floss. So this one is North Pole Express. And inside the package is the Classic Colorworks, the called for this. And I love polar bears, so I had to have it. And then she had another one for the same deal. This one's called North Woods Express. And it had a big old brown bear. So I had to, and it comes with the called for floss, and this is this one. So I had to have them both. I figured I'll do that for winter stitching this year. And then I bought the Tiny Modernist Mystery Sal Part 1, and I haven't started it, but Part 2 came out, and I believe Part 3 just came out. I have it on its way to me. I haven't gotten it yet, but it's coming. So here is Part 2. So the first part had the border and the crystal ball, and then the Part 2 has all of this on the bottom. So then Part 3 will have the inside. So I'm excited. I'll have that when I'm ready to stitch it. And then this chart by Tiny Modernist, I had to have. I'm not usually interested in doing the different tiered trays that have come out, but this one is just so pretty. I had to have it, and I'm a huge Edgar Allan Poe fan. So I got the Edgar Allan Poe tree. And it's hard to see, to me it's hard to see on this fabric, so I probably won't use the called for fabric because I really want all of these white pieces to really, really pop. And I feel like the fabric takes away from that. So I'm probably gonna stitch it on a dark blue. I'm not sure. I want the black to show too, so I might do something softer, we'll see. But I love it. Then I fell in for Primrose Cottage Stitches. Had to join like everybody else, and I bought the Toil and Trouble. I know they're doing a sale. I don't know that I'll do it towards a sale. I think also Cornhusk State Stitchers, believe they're doing a sale for this too, and they've broken it up, and I think they're working from the bottom up. So there's many different sales for this one. It's so cute. And I, of course, succumbed to all the enabling from everybody else and decided I had to have it. I probably won't stitch it this year. Then I also picked this one, Autumn Rules. This one, I wasn't going to get it. I kept telling myself, no, you can do that next year. You can do that next year. And then I said, oh, but what if it's not out next year? Or what if you can't get a copy of it next year? I don't know. I think these are the kind of things that I think of to justify me purchasing it. I don't know, but it's now part of my collection. And then the last thing that just came in, last week's mail, I want to say before we left to Arizona, was my copy of the Just Cross Stitch Christmas Ornaments for 2022. And it arrived, and I have flipped through it to look at it, but not really, really closely. There's a lot of really cute pieces in here. This year I've been part of the Just Cross Stitch Christmas Ornaments 2021 Stitch Long, where you stitch one ornament that's pre-decided. I think they did votes. I don't know. I joined after the votes were made, but they made votes on which pieces they wanted to do, and then the person that organized it on Facebook picked out what month you would do which one. So I'm working on that one. I'm guessing she did it the year before and I didn't participate, and she saw all my Christmas finishes and invited me to join. So that's why I did it this year. So I'm guessing she'll do it again next year. So I may hold off and do these with her next year because I do enjoy a sal. All right, so those was my haul, or that was my haul. So now that brings me to my new giveaways. So if you'd like to participate in my giveaways, all you have to do is say the keyword that I give you and answer the question of the day. And then make sure that you're 18 years or older, because I will ask you for your address so that I can mail you your prize when I use the random comment picker. It chooses a winner for me, and then I will announce it on my next Flosstube, and then that's when I'll ask for your address. So I need you to be 18 or older. I have 3 giveaways this time, And the first one, because it's Sunflower September. I know some of you are doing Sampler September, I understand, but I'm doing Sunflowers, my favorite thing. I stitched this piece. I need to bring it off the wall so I could show you next week. But I did this piece a year ago and I hung it on my wall. I love it. It's called Sunflowers in Summer. It's by Country Cottage Needleworks. This is the piece. If you would like to stitch this piece, let me see. Sorry, I gotta find my book with my keywords so I don't tell you the wrong keyword. I believe I chose summer because of all the sunflower stuff. I didn't want to get mixed up with people who might mention my sunflowers versus trying to enter for the giveaway. So please say summer if you are interested in sunflowers in summer. It's cute. It has a little quote. The quote says, "Over by the fence where the sunflowers grow, summer winds glide by as stalks sway to and fro." That's what it says. It's so cute. The colors are beautiful. This photo doesn't really do it justice, so if I remember, I will take it off my wall and share with you next time my finish on it. And then the next giveaway is another JBW Designs, and she sent these for me to give away, and this one is Santa's Sleigh Ride. I know a lot of people are doing her pieces for Christmas. I think they were stitching, some people are stitching in September, different pieces for her, or maybe August, I don't know, but I just thought I would share a Christmas one and get you started for the holidays. And Santa Sleigh's Ride, the keyword for this one is Santa. And then my next one is two different patterns. They're by the same company. I felt they went together, so I feel like they need to go to a home together. So these ones are by Summer House Stitchworks. They are the Fragments in Time from 2016. This one is Pussycat and Dog. So if you're a pet lover, I'm sure these are just perfect for you. And the keyword for these two patterns is pets. So what is the question of the day? So I was thinking about, I want to know who is a new designer to you that you just love. They might not be a brand new designer. They might have been around a while, but maybe you just discovered them. Please share with me who that designer is, because that'll give me an opportunity to look them up and probably enable me to shop from them as well. But mine, and this one is from a blogspot.com website. I will link it below. It's called Samplers and Santas, and that's their blog. And on their blog, there are some free patterns for some pairs. And I don't remember where I heard it. Could have been I was looking up for a finish. I'm not sure. But I discovered this blog spot, and there's several different patterns to stitch into a pear shape. And I thought they were gorgeous. They're super cute. So that was a new person that I discovered, and I thought, I've got to share this on my channel, because if I'm loving it, I'm sure many more will. So she has other things on her blog too, but that's just what caught my eye right now, and that's who's new to me. I'm not sure how long she's been around. I didn't even know about her, and I'm sure there's lots of designers, unless you're searching for a specific item that we might not know about. So if you have someone that you've discovered and you love their designs, please share who that person is and where I can locate it so that I can look them up for myself. So other than that, this is the end of my channel today. I'm so glad that you came. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. I hope that you'll come back. If you do, like my channel, click the bell so that you can get notified whenever I post a new video, and I'll try not to be gone so long now that I'm back into the swing of things at school. So until then, please be confident, be courageous, my goodness, be creative, and be kind. And I'll see you next time. Bye.